I'm joined now by former New England Patriot Jermaine Wiggins. Jermaine, you're here at the Forever 9 wiffle ball and softball charity event. Just talk a little bit about why you came down here today.
Well, I got a buddy I went to high school, Glenn Curtis, who's from the area, and he asked me if I could come out and support, then kind of doing a little bit of research on what this event meant. I think that was one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to come and support. Being a local guy who's, not too far from Malden, who grew up in East Boston, I wanted to definitely come, kind of support my community. Even though I'm not from here, I still feel like, just being from this area, it's kind of like my community. I always love to be involved in anything going on in some of the cities surrounding East Boston. So, and obviously Modell's. I mean, that's another major reason why I came down here, doing a lot of stuff with them and just their support of local sporting goods and really trying to just take that to the next level of really how can we help these kids in the community and getting them to understand and what's important of sports and helping them out.
So we see you wearing a jersey right now. We're going to be playing a little bit today. What position?
Well, it's real simple. I usually tell when I play softball, I really say, okay, I want to bat third and I want to play shortstop. So that's kind of where.
Any reason why short?
Shortstop is I don't have to do a lot of running in the outfield. It's so it's not third base. I don't have to throw my arm on. I don't have to be at first base and worry about catching the ball. It's kind of a nice position. Hitting third in the lineup, that's usually where they put the best bat. So even if I'm not the best bat, it always looks like I'm the best bat. So that's another reason why I wanted to hit third.
You've been keeping real busy, obviously working at 98.5 The Sports Hub. You can see that 98.5, or you can watch it on CSN New England Monday through Friday. Just a little promotion for you guys. But a lot of stuff's going on with your old team, the New England Patriots. A lot of stuff going on off the field, some negative stuff, and it's leaving a lot of question marks moving into this season. Now, the biggest question right now is probably the receiving core. Obviously, we understand that Danny Amendola's coming in, but who's another receiver we should be watching?
I think you got to look at Aaron Dobson, their second-round draft pick. He's going to be in a position where he's going to have some opportunity. He's going to be able to take advantage of it. Maybe some of the tight ends, some of the backup tight ends are going to have a chance to get out there and with Gronkowski being down, they're going to have an opportunity to take advantage of it. So it's going to be interesting to see, really. Edelman's another guy that's going to have to play a big role this year. So when you look at the passing game, there are a lot of guys out there that have an opportunity. It's going to be up to them to take advantage of that and seize that opportunity. So we'll see which of those guys come out in some of these preseason games, but it's almost like it's wide open.
Now, you played during that era back in 2001, 2002 season when you guys won the Super Bowl, and a lot of people are trying to make that comparison. All right, Tom Brady might not have had the same big name receivers, but at the same time, and you know it better than anyone else because you played on that team, that's not the same type of defense. Now, they were the fourth worst passing defense in the league. Obviously, it hurt when you lose that pass rush towards the end of the season, but how can you make that comparison? I know it's kind of apples to oranges, but
well, I don't think you can really compare, any of the teams. You look at the 2001 team, you can't compare it to 03, or you can't compare 03 to 07, or vice versa. When you look at this team, it's a completely different team. Defensively, they're still trying to find their identity. They're trying to find their way. This is going to be a big year for them to step up and make sure that they take advantage of that opportunity. Because offensively, it's going to take some time for Brady to get used to his new guys. So defensively, you really, really have to make sure that early on in the season, you're doing everything you need to do. Because if you look at that defense, a lot of those guys have been to a Super Bowl and have been to an AFC championship. So it's not a young defense. They have a lot of experience. They have a lot of guys that have been there before. I think you look at Chandler Jones or some of the younger guys, those guys are now going to have to step in and make some big plays and kind of take that leap into we depend on you on the defensive side of the football. So it's going to be interesting to see, especially from that defensive side. I think the offense will be fine. Sooner or later, you got Brady, you got him, and he'll be able to mask some of the problems that you have. But defensively, you got to really step it up this year.
Something that I'm really curious about. We've been talking about it in the studio and stuff, and you're seeing numerous arrests this offseason since the Super Bowl, 30 plus, and obviously the Aaron Hernandez, that tragic event.
Yeah.
Something that really came to my attention. You look at all the other sports. You don't have that kind of span for any other sports but that layoff. Football, from February until OTAs, really. But is there any way that the NFL can fix themselves? I mean, I don't want to go to college football almost like, with spring football. You remember back at Georgia. But is there anything the NFL can change so that you don't have that long leg? Because the more time on your hand, I understand that you guys are professional athletes and you guys are grown men and you guys can do what you want. But is there anything the NFL can do to maybe control a little bit more?
Well, I think what the NFL can probably do, and teams and the PA, is have more programs implemented for some of these guys to really take advantage of in the offseason. Not only just in the realm of, broadcasting or something like that, but just programs that can help guys understand the rigors with being a professional athlete. How to deal with certain things off the football field. Programs where, former players come in that maybe they had some situations, and a former player comes in and he's able to shed a little bit of light on, his situation and kind of relate it to you as a current player. And that current player looks at it and says, okay, all right, this is what I need to do, so maybe I don't go down that path. I think, to me, that's the biggest thing, is just the NFL really needs to implement a lot of programs where they're taking advantage of guys that want to be involved, former guys, to really help these younger guys understand the position that you're in right now. When you look at the position, this is an obligation that you have, but you have the opportunity, and basically you got to make sure you're taking full advantage of it, and making sure you're doing all the right type of things. So I would like the NFL to do more stuff like that, and just try to get involved in any way where these players can see, hey, what can we do so we're not making those same mistakes off the field.
Before I let you go, for people that was listening this week, and I'm a little curious about it, the East Olympics, all right? Now, I was going to bring it up. Explain a little bit about that for the people that don't know.
Okay.
And, I mean, are you taking it home? Are you going to win this?
You know what? I don't even know if there's an actual...
I was going to say, is there an actual winner?
I don't know if there's an actual winner. I think there are a lot of winners. It's just something we do as I play in a couple men's hockey league, ice hockey league. So, we skate during the summer, and then afterwards we have a big cookout and we go back to one of our buddies' houses, and and we have a good time. Let's just say that we have a good time, and and then we have some feats of strength that we like to perform, and there's a lot of different things that we that we go on. You guys, you're in college, so it's like kind of going to a frat party, and you kind of get a little crazy and you have a little bit of fun. So but it's the East Olympics, and I don't know if there's really one winner, but at the end of the night, everybody usually goes home with a nice smile on their face.
So as Felger, is it going to be a camera down there? I know you're talking about that. Is anyone going down there with the camera? We'd love to see this.
We're going to get some footage from the cell phone, so we got to make sure we get the right type of footage. They said they'll be able to beep out any type of explicit language, so we're gonna try to get some cell phone footage of it, and and it'll be a good night. We'll just put it like that. You'll get to see a little bit of it.
You'll dive if you need anything, we'll make a montage for you guys. But
yeah, we'll dive into it a little bit. We want to make sure we're shown in good light.
All right, and the last question: prediction for the Patriots this year?
I see the Patriots going 12-4, winning the AFC East, and obviously getting to the playoffs. And once they get there, it's I look at the AFC as wide open. So if they do what they can do, I don't see why they can't be back in the Super Bowl.
We'll see what happens. But Jermaine Wiggins, thank you.
Not a problem.
For more information, you can check us out at acsportstalk.weebly.com. For Mike Uva from Malden, signing out.